Hello, everyone. It's Renee, the Practical Shaman. How are you today? It's Sami and I. It's a Sunday afternoon. Oh, time for our coffee break. Well, there's a lot going on this week. First of all, I want to mention that Winds of Spirit turns 1 this week. And because it turns 1, I'm offering a great deal special on the website where if you buy a book, you get a reading. And not only would you get a reading, but you get entered into a drawing for my new community university, which is a course that teaches you about personal self-awareness and healing, as well as how to launch your business, how to set sail in 2019. So everyone who buys a book this week gets a chance to get entered in, and for a month of this, which is actually 3 months of it. But the thing is you can get started because we're getting started on this Tuesday with one of my mentors, Suzanne Fagel, whose bio just goes, she worked with Carolyn Mace for 10 years. She worked with Joan Boroshenko. She is an EFT. She was one of the first women Episcopalian priests. I mean, her list of credentials go on and on. But for me in my life, she's been instrumental in teaching me how to interpret some of the downloads that I get. Because when I take wind walks at night, I tend to get information coming to me about the wind work, how to bring it out into the world, what it means, and how to introduce it to other people. And then sometimes I get dreams in the middle of the night, and then I've had to call her and say, hey, the equinox is this afternoon, and I just got a whole new download. How do I turn it into a workable program? And over the years, as I've written the book, which is now 6-7 years in the making and a year on the shelves, she would help me coordinate my ideas and my thoughts into a workable plan for the Wind Mastery program, which is in the spring and the fall, and for all of my equinox and solstice events. So she's been really instrumental, and she's going to come on to the community university on Tuesday with me, and we're going to talk about how to write a 1-hour program that you can teach in your own communities, because this is the year that we really need to take our work back to our local communities. For example, yesterday I spoke to about 125, 130 local therapists and addiction specialists, and I haven't done my work locally. And a few weeks ago, I did a vision board class because I'm a teacher who believes in a lot of integrity. And if I'm telling you to bring out your work back to your communities live in person, and then that's what I think, that's what I truly believe. And that means I need to do that hard work, and I need to get out, because there's this idea that we're not popular in our own towns. We're more famous, around the world. But our communities are struggling, and they need us now. In fact, I am going on the road this week. I'm going to Denver, and on Friday night, I'll be speaking at For Heaven's Sake bookstore, and on Saturday, I'll be doing a workshop at their second location in Lakewood. Then I get to go skiing, which I'm super excited about. So this is how I'm celebrating Winds of Spirit turning 1. I'm offering you great deals, and including this special edition wind whistle. So let me just tell you a little bit about how this wind whistle came about. I did a radio talk show with CJ Liu, which you can catch on YouTube. And a man reached out to me and said, hey, I really like your wind whistles, but I'd like to see them without a face, because they feel like they'd be more resonant to cross-cultural traditions. So I wrote my man in Mexico, and he said, yes, he'd make some new ones. And people love them so much. And wait until you hear them. You'll love the sound too. And you're going to get to when we pull a Winds of Spirit card. No, Sami, you're staying in right now. Yes, come up here if you want to. Oh, if you want to get involved, you can come right here. All right. You can tell who wears the pants in this family. It's the cat who gets to do whatever she wants. And I'm going to just let her cry, and then she'll stop, hopefully. So we made this new wind whistle, which is on sale this month. It's a special edition wind whistle to celebrate the 1-year anniversary of Winds of Spirit. And very surprisingly enough, because Community University starts today, or starts this week, I pulled a Wind of Spirit card and I got Yeongdeung Halmang. And why this is important is Yeongdeung is from Tama or Jeju, which is planted between China, Korea, and Japan. And so it's this island where it was a goddess culture, and there were these giant goddesses. They were giants. And so every year in Jeju, there's a ceremony. I should tell you the name, but it's it's a shamanic rite where every year Yeongdeung comes to Jeju and spends 3 weeks there. And what she does is her presence helps the islanders know, which, and trust me, this island is pretty volcanic where things don't really grow so well. And this is where the women fish can hold their breath and go down below the ocean to collect oysters and things like that. So it's a pretty primitive culture, like in terms of some of their practices, but every year she comes for 3 weeks. And with her arrival, it's a ceremony about, they want to feed her rice cakes so that she doesn't blow this barren landscape too far off, so all the seeds go off into the ocean. So they try to appease her with rice cakes. And for me, it was really significant because one of the experts I talked to in Jeju said to me, I don't know why you think this wind is so important, this wind goddess. She only comes 3 weeks every year. Well, 3 weeks, yes, but they organize celebrations for her. They send her off to another island. And she always foretells the quality of the harvest. And I thought it was really kind of curious that the week that we're launching Community University, which is going to foretell our harvest for this year, Jeju that Yeongdeung Halmang would come. And if you have the book, you could read more about it. But if she comes to the east, set the table in preparation for a guest of honor, for she will bring abundant support to your ideas. The Korean wind ritual contains 3 parts: a welcome rite, a farewell rite, and preparation for Yeongdeung Halmang's visit to Soisan Yuko, or Cow Island, where grandmother Yeongdeung is said to stay for 1 day before returning home. In preparation for the ceremony, the sacred site is decorated with 5 long colored streamers and many food-laden tables featuring special oblong flat rice cakes specially prepared for the grandmother. The shamans dance while symbolically opening a storage chest as an invitation for the ancestor gods and goddesses to enter and participate. Ritual bells, incense, and sacred fans, dance and song are used to entice and entertain. Grandmother Yeongdeung, the time has arrived to prepare for a new cycle of personal growth. Members of the community hope that Yeongdeung Halmang would feed on rice cake to satiate herself and bring temperate winds. It is a time to ask, what beliefs am I feeding, and what is the motivation for my goals? So currently we have about 20 people registered for the first season of the Community U, and you can register for free. It's a membership site where you can have access to a brand quiz, the vision board materials, all kinds of different materials. But if you want some group coaching and group support, this is Sami. This is Samzi Rini. If you want some support, we have a Wind Mastery group that supports this group. And together we're going to start looking at our business practices. And that could be business. It could be if you're an artist. It could be if you're a healer, or if you're an activist, or if you just want to do some personal growth work this year that's going to re-inspire you to live a life where you wake up every morning and say, yes, I'm here. Show me how I can be of service. This is a program for you. And I've made it really affordable. It's $44 a month to have access to all of the library, the week coaching. You get, this is a weekly, a monthly wind training, a monthly business training, a weekly check-in. That's a live weekly group check-in where people really talk about what's going on for them, which Bridget Hopkins is running. She's one of my Wind Mastery students. Another check-in, we're still working on a time that works for people on the East Coast and maybe some kind of morning schedule. We did the other one where our people in Australia and New Zealand could participate, and we're trying to get a time where the people in Ireland and all around the world can join in, but that you can weekly connect. And the other great opportunity is people in this Community U group are going to get an option of, if you want, to practice some of the teachings that you're going to do. Like Heather Lee Huff is going to be doing a wind mastery lesson where you're going to actually go deeply into this book and do a book study of the 32 winds in the back. So if you are new to the Wind Clan, what I suggest is to go to Amazon, buy the Winds of Spirit, send me to Winds of Spirit book at Gmail, a copy of your receipt. And this is, buy it now, because if you say I already have it, do I get a reading? No, it's my birthday. It's the book's birthday. So, well, it's actually the book's birthday. It's not my birthday. My birthday's in October. But for the book's birthday, I'm giving readings, but it means you need to buy a book. You need to buy a book and give it to yourself, get yourself a second one, give it away, buy a birthday present for somebody else, send me the receipt, and then you'll get a mini reading with a wind blessing, which you're going to hear right now, because we're going to send a wind blessing from Yeongdeung Halmang that all the people who really want to reach a new port in 2019 join us in the Community U, all right? Because this is going to be about the quality of our harvest. What are you harvesting this year? You have to plant those seeds now in the spring so that they can be tended to in the summer, and so that you can pluck them out of your fields in the fall, and so that you can hibernate it to build and grow upon for 2020. What are you waiting for? Join us over, go to the Practical Shaman. Right at the front, you can see the sign up for the Community U. And if you're a little hesitant, you want to stick your toe in, you know what, you can sign up for free, have access to certain things, but not access to everything. All right, let's call to Yeongdeung Halmang. On the first wind breath in, feel yourself getting deeply connected to the earth. On the second one, bring in Yeongdeung Halmang to show you what you are going to be working on in this year, 2019, what seeds you're going to plant, where you're going. And then in the third one, connect yourself to the bigger, wider group of wind believers. See those roots going deep into the rock, into the bedrock of this molten volcanic island. Get really rooted in there. And does Yeongdeung Halmang have some messages for you? And now connect yourself to this wind clan, into this bigger circle of wind believers that is growing worldwide. And would you join me? Let's sing Happy Birthday to Winds of Spirit. I'll sing because I'm foolish anyway. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Winds of Spirit. Happy birthday to you. And for you, order up your copy, then make a wish, and I'm going to help you blow it out with a special wind reading and a wind blessing, a soul card reading and a mini wind blessing. So here's to you. I really hope you join us this week at Community University and let your open up those sails so that the winds can fill them up so you too can thrive. All right. We'll talk to you soon.